This is a demonstration of a cooling breath with my friend here, Harp. It's called Satali. It's a breath that allows you to cool down by curling your tongue, which not everyone can do. So we have a modification. If you need that, start by feeling your sits bones underneath you. And you can even rock back and forth and maybe pull some of that flesh aside just so that you feel that base underneath you. And if you want, you can sit in a chair. You don't need to sit on the floor. You can also, if you prefer, sit in hero's pose, which looks like this. And maybe you need some support for that with a block underneath you. However you feel comfortable. I'm sitting on a blanket just to give me a little elevation and help me lengthen my spine. So after you feel those sit bones underneath you and make the cat comfortable, settle into just your seated position as you would for any other pranayama or breath exercise. So think about lengthening the spine. And maybe since this is all about breath, think about lengthening both the front and the back of the neck. And then just breathe normally, settling in. And you can place your hands on the thighs, palms up or palms down. If you're cold sometimes, having the palms down is very nice. Or if you want to feel more open, or you need to cool off, or you want to imagine gifts falling from the universe into the palms of your hands, then you can keep those open and facing upward. So the curled tongue is basically like a taco, as Adrian Mishler says. So you're curling the outsides of your tongue and creating a tube. So it looks like this. And then you're just breathing in via that tube and then exhaling through your nose. And this is something that's determined genetically. Not everybody can do it. I don't know what the percentages are, but if you can't do it, you can just sort of flop your tongue out. Just like kind of like dogs do when they're hot. So you can use that as an analogy. And just let the tongue relax about a third of the way hanging out of your mouth. It doesn't need to be forced, and it doesn't need to be hostile or anything. Just very relaxed. So this is called Satali breath or Shatali. And it actually means bliss breath or breath that gives bliss. And we'll just do a few rounds of this, inhaling through the tube, and then exhaling. And as you exhale, you might want to think about dropping and softening those shoulders. This is a breath that somebody did with me one time when I was teaching in India at a women's college, and I was attending classes at someone's home, one of the Iyengar teachers, and I came in one day and I was so hot, I felt like I was going to explode out of my body. And this is one of the things that the teacher did with me, and it really was effective, not only in cooling me down, but calming me down. And it is a good breath if you've been sitting in traffic or feeling a lot of stress. Sometimes this can really help. So we're going to start just slowly inhaling and exhaling. And you can breathe regularly in between if you'd like. Just feel the coolness on your tongue. And if your tongue is hanging out, just lift that upper lip enough to bring the breath in and coast the breath along your tongue. And now eliminate the normal breathing in between and just follow a few sets, maybe 5 rounds, inhaling and exhaling of this breath, inhaling and exhaling. And if you want to structure it just a little bit more, you can inhale to a certain count, maybe 5, and then hold at the top of the inhale, but very gently, not with any tension in the shoulders or anything special, just retaining, and then exhale to the same count, 4 or 5. So we'll try that. Hold for 2, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try that if you like it. Inhaling to the count of 5, holding at the top for 2, and exhaling to the count of 5, or whatever's comfortable for you. Giving the breath a little bit of that structure and slowing down enhances the calming and cooling effect of this breath. And then you can unplug that, close your eyes, and maybe draw your drishti to your third eye. Drawing inward, and just notice the effect of that Satali breath. And it's no accident that the cat is drawn to the energy created by that